All right, G, if you want to join the... Oh, shit. Okay, bro. But basically, I need you to join. I think... Oh, okay, no, we got you. Okay, that's fine. I got you. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Bless me, fucking hell. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So literally just chilling, waiting for... What exactly can I... Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yes, guys, so if you're joining, we're literally just waiting for this Donald Trump speech to come out. Look, everybody's on it. It's big news, guys. It's big news. Like, I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress enough how big the news is. Like, you have to understand that whatever he says today is going to affect the global economy, not just like one or two countries, 3 countries, 4 countries, but like the whole world, you know? So it's going to be very interesting to see. I might be an idiot and stay online for like the whole evening, but yeah, we'll kind of wait and see. Oh, this is a bit crazy. I can't even share. Pardon me. So I might have to make that arrangement. But yeah, literally, we're just waiting. I can show you what, like, basically. Yeah, I didn't even get this entry, man. Like, I'm so pissed off about that. Literally, I was waiting for the bullish engulfing. I think it was after 10 o'clock. So it was, I felt like it was too far away from the zone. So I didn't take the entry. But clearly, I was a bitch. But anyways, it happens. Sometimes you're, sometimes you're not. I don't think that made sense. But anyways. So yeah, currently you've got this big breakout with USD JPY. honestly, I think that none of what I thought would none of like the ideas I had like played out. So I thought, okay, that's fine. Let me just let it do what it's got to do. But either I think either we'll close back in the range and just continue pushing down and let JPY be the powerhouse of the currencies, or we'll just continue pushing up. And the only unfortunate thing is that the only price action that we can pretty much rely on is unfortunately the 30-minute or the 1 hour. Obviously, the 30-minute close back in the range from like these ones, so I would expect price to continue pushing down. Let's see, GBP JPY. So this is what I'm liking. This is what I'm liking. Pretty much, we've approached this support area to retest. Ignore this one. Okay, I'll clear these just for more clarity to make it more yeah, clear. Anyways, yeah, so waiting for the retest, and then once we close it, once we close rejecting this area, preferably a nice engulfing bearish candle on the 4 hour, then you know what time it is. Maybe Asian session we can get into like some sells if we get like a nice bearish engulfing on the 30-minute. CAD JPY, I'm not gonna cap. CAD JPY broke my heart, man, for a minute now. But it is what it is, man. Just gotta move on. EuroCAD, I haven't received any nice entries yet, so I expect price to probably come back down again. I need to get rid of this. This. So we'll wait and see, and then 1 second. Yeah, that's pretty much it. To be fair, there's nothing more. There's nothing more else. So currently we're pushing up. Damn. So I was saying like I was thinking, yeah, maybe the 4 hour is gonna flip because yeah, it was just price was just too strong around here, too strong, too strong. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see what the outcome's gonna be. Call me, call me brave, call me gutsy, whatever you want. I think 160 should get tapped for sure, depending on the volatility. But yeah, just gotta wait. We're waiting for Lorenzo right now, so literally just chilling. There's nothing really much going on the net right now, but yeah, literally. Aye, aye. Yeah, I just gotta wait and see, bro. Okay, so the 30-minute close bullish. Oh shit. The 30-minute has closed bullish. So we can expect the price to continue pushing up. Maybe. It's a waiting game right now. It's a waiting game right now. Let's see if we can listen to some music. You know what song I'm feeling? Oh shit. Oh, I can't even play. I can't even play copyright music. Shit. All right, bet we're gonna play some of our own music if we can. I don't think you'll be able to hear it though. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Wonderful vibe, wonderful night, wonderful times. All I'm feeling, you in the vibe. I can't deny, fake love in my time. Okay, here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Pardon me. Let's see if there's anything we can expect for now. Maybe. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, share the entire window or share the entire screen. Also share system audio. Yeah, there we go. Down, down, down. And I need to go to the toilet. Oh shit. Oh shit. Congratulations. We really feel the joy. All right. Hey, wait, hold on. All right, okay, so what you need to know? Yeah, cool. Before Trump's expected tariff announcement. Yes, this we know. So obviously, this Democrat, he's saying that Donald Trump's tariffs are regressive and will hit people on things they buy every day. No shit, Sherlock. But it needs to be done. It looks like, from Trump's side when he's talking about how all these countries are charging US like high tariffs. I mean, I guess it's only right. It makes sense. So, man, 25% tariffs on beer and empty aluminium, like. Um, she sounds like she's scared for no reason. Okay.
I'm back, G. Ready to fight.
Let's go, man. We're live on YouTube. I was gonna say if you stop sharing your screen, then what do you call it? We'll be able to get a clearer view of you. Cheese! There we go.
Yeah, you couldn't see me before.
Yeah. But now we got a better view though.
Okay, alla grande. Let's see. 20 minutes.
Literally, bro. Don't worry about joining in the Zoom, yeah? Don't worry about it because I managed to sort it out.
Okay.
Yeah, just need to close this and the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all good. So, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think, man, I don't know what to think about this situation with.
There's been some rejection from. Yeah, this resistance 2750. Let's see. Let's see, bro. I'm currently at 1 hour, maybe more than 1 hour.
Me, I'm at 500 RG.
But yeah, I really hope if you will have some volatility, I won't get stopped out, G. Because this, I don't know. I'm proud of myself, bro, and it has to be one of the first of the long series of good trades. Like not doing bastardino things.
That's it. That's it, my dude.
Strong, but yeah, this one was really sniper, bro.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. We have 15 minutes and then hopefully. But yeah, so bro, what do you think? So I mean, what do you think about like the Donald Trump and the tariffs? What's your opinion about it?
Let's see what he says. I mean, so now if I'm not wrong, there are tariffs for Mexico, for Canada, something like 25%, and even to UK, but I think not yet. I mean, he's planning to put tariffs on UK, Europe. I didn't understand about China if there is 10% or he removed the 10%. I didn't understand. The same with Japan. So today he should say we should know which tariff he gonna implement. So definitely, the more tariffs he will put, and the more the market will be uncertain, and you will probably react bad. That's it. So yeah, surely we can see gold flying and the dollar flying, maybe CHF. Yeah, risk assets going down. I think Nasdaq should drop.
I'm trying to find
Bitcoin. Yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna wash the dishes quickly. Yeah?
all right, that's cool, G. I'm trying to find the countries that are gonna be hit with the tariffs.
What?
I'm trying to find the countries that are gonna be hit with the tariffs.
I guess Europe. Europe, maybe Japan, UK. So where are you gonna watch the speech? On Bloomberg or you already have?
Yeah, I've got it prepared with Sky News.
Oh, Sky News, okay.
Everyone knows that when you get to the Premier League or to that very high level.
How? Okay, here we go. Tariffs. Okay, G, I think the volume is coming in now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so country specific. Let's see. So all the countries are gonna be. This is reciprocal tariffs. Yeah. Start on all. This is for all countries. Yeah. If they charged whatever they charge the US will charge back.
Okay.
And then all products from any country that imports Venezuelan oil, they'll get charged 25%. All products from any country that imports Iranian or Russian oil will get charged 25 to 50%.
Bastardino.
Yo. Austria, they're not getting charged anything. Well, I mean,
Austria.
Austria doesn't seem. It says to be discussed. I think TBD stands for to be discussed. To be decided. To be decided. Sorry, to be decided. Whoa! Listen, any countries that's in the BRICS, they're gonna get charged 100%. And they've been threatened as well. Canada, 10% on energy or energy resources, 10% on potash. What's potash?
On what?
Potash. Potash, various mined manufactured salts that contain potassium in water-soluble form. Okay, potash. All other products, 25%. Dairy products and lumber, 250%. What? That must be a typo. That must be a typo, bro. 250% is not possible, bro.
No, it is.
Fucking
on lumber. So no Canadian lumber. It's crazy, bro.
China, 20% of products including Hong Kong origin goods, 25% of. Oh, but that one's already been implemented. So China's been threatened with a 25% tariff on all products. Colombia, 25% on all products. Dominican Republic, 25% of all products. The European Union, whoa. Bro, you're not going to believe this. Are you ready? 25% of, what do you call it? On tariffs. That was to be discussed. Donald Trump administration. The Donald Trump administration, they want to charge 200% for alcohol products, including champagne and wine.
Yeah, no. Italy will be bad for Italy and France.
Yeah, France is threatened, but to be discussed. Mexico, 10% on potash, so the salts, 25% on all other products. Let's find the UK. The UK to be discussed as well. So the UK is not confirmed yet.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, let's see, bro.
So worldwide product-specific tariffs, yeah, implemented. So this one implemented. Agricultural products to be discussed. Implemented April 3rd. Okay, so automobiles implemented on April the 3rd, 25%. Automobile parts implemented effective no later than May 3rd, 25%. Yeah, that's pretty much it then. So, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's just the global economy that's gonna get affected. It's nothing to do with really the product stuff, but really,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the global economy, but who is actually paying for the tariffs is the people. Consumers. It's a tax on consumers because there is the government that put tariffs. There are the companies that buy the goods from the foreign countries. They import the goods for the foreign countries and they sell to consumers. So that's the thing, G. The companies can decide to reduce the price
Or increase
to
them.
keep their sales, or they can increase the tariffs to cover their margin, and most of them I think they will. So it will be
Time
just
to get
more
your savings
inflation.
sorted.
Like the price will go up constantly. Poor people will pay these taxes. Rich, they don't care if they pay 25% on the goods.
So what do you think the solution is then?
The solution of what?
For like the poor people to not be able to like suffer the consequences of these actions made by Donald Trump.
They can't. G. The only thing is to boycott, like not buying things that comes from US, but they don't really manufacturing anything. So it's not us that decide. It's mostly governments, because what the United States export,
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola. That's it, bro. Like, like what is it? It's oil and oil, gas,
Whiskey, alcohol.
yeah, whiskey, alcohol, but we can get somewhere else. Like that one is a decision for the consumers. Whiskey is just
It's non-essential.
see, yeah, I mean, like what? What's it called? The American whiskey.
Bourbon, rye
The
whiskey.
bourbon. Yeah, okay, yeah, the bourbon. So no whiskey sour, G. Like, but yeah, mostly it's oil, gas, and weapons. From what I know, I mean.
Well, like you mean like the most expensive like products that they have to.
No, well, like their export is mostly weapons and oil. I don't know. We can check on, like, we can do research, but what they have, like, yeah, whiskey, Harley Davidson. They have Ford and Teslas, but I mean there is a much wider offer. And more competitive, probably. Like, I mean, Ford is not even that great, and Tesla, there
Okay.
are the Chinese electric cars, but even European, we have so many. I mean, probably not on the electric. There are still some, but yeah, whatever. G. Like, we can do without American products. What we cannot, like, the only thing is the international company, like I mean the tech companies. People want to renounce to social media, and like the big tech are mostly from United States. So, but the thing is, they don't import or export anything. They sell, like, you don't put tariffs on Amazon, Facebook, or like. So the thing is that
Why is he not playing?
some companies from all around the world, mostly Europe, I guess, they will consider to move their factories to United States. I mean, a part of it to United States to avoid the tariffs, and probably is what Donald Trump wants: bring back manufacturing in.
That is exactly what he wants. That's exactly what he wants, to bring back manufacturing into the US. Okay, so the one I was going to close, and it looks like we could be closing bearish.
What? The 30 minutes.
No, the one I
1 minute. No, the 1 hour on gold. Why
Yeah.
bad? It's not bad.
it's rejecting the resistance.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't say bearish though. 1 minute drove to the speech.
Yeah, for some reason. Let's see. Okay, so as per usual, Donald Trump is late to the party. And as per usual, I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah, go quickly, G.
Okay.
Go quickly.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. Wow, my legs, they hurt, man. Fucking hell.
Let's see if Nasdaq goes up another 100 points, 200 points. So we can short it.
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction of about 800 people. Now it's entirely yours. Although you lost over 500 members, you finally have your shelter. After clearing the bodies, you sorted the supplies on board. The last faction stored a lot of canned goods and grew various vegetables. For the first time in 3 years, you enjoyed fresh food. As the squad leader, you got your own private bedroom. Lying on the large bed felt like life before the apocalypse. But you're still not used to the swaying at sea. Next door is
Oh
the
my
shared
god!
bedroom.
Oh my god!
Your
Fucking hell.
teammates were just settling in, loud and noisy from the excitement. You didn't bother sleeping since you know tomorrow
I sat down
could
on.
be
I was
everyone's
sitting down on
last
the
day.
headphones, bro. Oh my god! I was sitting down on the headphones. Oh shit! That's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay, it's starting. It's starting. It's starting, guys. Bro, when we become billionaires, this is where we're gonna end up. We're gonna be contributors to the future president of the United States.
Let's see. Let's see. But I can't hear you anything, G. Are you playing?
Shit. Yeah. Sorry, that's my fault. Let's see.
Okay.
Do you know who this is playing the piano? It's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I don't know who is playing, bro. Oh look, but there's lots of firemen there though. So as you know, Lorenzo and I, we're not American, but we need to know what is Liberation Day.
I guess from UK. I don't know, G.
Okay, liberation is a day, often a public holiday, that marks the liberation of a place, similar to an Independence Day.
Yeah, they independent from United Kingdom.
Really?
Yeah, once it was a colony, G.
I mean, I know that Christopher Columbus, he was British, and he's the one that discovered North America, right?
No, Christopher Columbus, he was Italian.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like, okay, I'm sorry for insulting you. Like, damn. Okay, so when did
Christopher Columbus.
the British colonize America?
So the first one was Spanish, okay. Christopher Columbus joined, they were, I mean, the story said that there were 3 boats landed by the Spanish, from the Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
Portuguese, Spanish. I mean, yeah, they were together at the time. And they find out they arrived like in I think in the Caribbean, basically, more or less. And then they start the mission. So the beginning was the Spanish, they mostly colonized, and then everybody, all Europe.
So here online is saying that land of the free is one of the founding principles of the United States. When the Declaration of Independence was signed July 4th, 1776, Americans rejoiced at the document liberating them from tyranny, but it wasn't until June 19th that all Americans were free.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
All with the phone, bro. Too many phones. Nobody's dancing, bro.
Wow. Oh my god, bro.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a...
Yeah, look, at NASDAQ reversed.
Thank
Take
you
a look at
very
NASDAQ.
much. Thank you. Nice crowd. What a good-looking group of people. Well, we have some very, very good news today, and a lot of good
we
things
need
are
to wait for
happening
the
for our
shot,
country.
bro.
Please sit down. My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. Going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steelworkers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen. We have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago.
Are you looking at the 30-second time frame?
You don't too often, and for many years and decades, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years. but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen. In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense. But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our taxes and pay down our national debt, and it'll all happen very quickly. With today's action, we are finally going to be able to make America great again, greater than ever before.
Yeah.
Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country, and you see it happening already. We will supercharge our domestic industrial base. We will pry open foreign markets and break down foreign trade barriers. And ultimately, more production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers. This will be indeed the golden age of America. It's coming back. We're going to come back very strongly.
What do you think about what he said so far?
I mean, if it works for United States, yeah, it will be good for United States. For the rest of the world, bro, it will be like a crisis, like very, very bad. It will be, and definitely the price for consumer won't decrease. G.
We're pleased to be joined on this momentous occasion by Vice President J.D. Vance. J.D., thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where are you, J.D.? No, that wasn't too hard to find. I was looking, he likes to take a low-key attitude, so it'd usually be sit right in front. He's gaining a lot of confidence, Mike, isn't he? And nearly my entire cabinet is here, as well as Speaker Mike Johnson, who's done an amazing job. And with the great success we had last night in Florida, we have a majority of 7. And 7's like a lot when we had it at 1, right? You've done a fantastic job. And many of the members of the House and Senate are with us. Senators, Congressmen, thank you all for being with us. We appreciate it. For decades, the United States slashed our trade barriers on other countries, while those nations placed massive tariffs on our products and created outrageous non-monetary barriers to decimate our industries. And in many cases, the non-monetary barriers were worse than the monetary ones. They manipulated their currencies, subsidized their exports, stole our intellectual property, imposed exorbitant VAT taxes to disadvantage our products, adopted unfair rules and technical standards, and created filthy pollution havens. They were absolutely filthy, but they always came to us and they said, we're violating, we should pay for it. It's all detailed in a very big report by the U.S. Trade Representative on foreign trade barriers. And I'll just hold it up for you. It's available, and you don't have to pay too much. As I understand it, you'll pay nothing. It's a lot of work for something, actually, because it's a special book. It's very, frankly,
the liquidity is coming.
Very upsetting when you read it, when you see what people have been doing to us for 30 years. This all happened with no response from the United States of America, none whatsoever. But those days are over. Let me offer just a few examples of the vicious attacks our workers have faced for so many years. The United States charges other countries only a 2.4 tariff on motorcycles. Meanwhile, Thailand and others are charging much higher prices, like 60%. India charges 70%. Vietnam charges 75%, and others are even higher than that. Likewise, until today, the United States has for decades charged a 2.5 tariff.
G.
Think of that, 2.5% on foreign-made automobiles. The European Union charges us more than 10% tariffs, and they have 20% VATs, much, much higher. India charges 70%, and perhaps worst of all are the non-monetary restrictions imposed by South Korea, Japan, and very many other nations as a result of these colossal trade barriers. 81% of the cars in South Korea are made in South Korea. 94% of the cars in Japan are made in Japan. Toyota sells 1 million foreign-made automobiles into the United States, and General Motors sells almost none. Ford sells very little. None of our companies are allowed to go into other countries. And I say that friend and foe. And in many cases, the friend is worse than the foe in terms of trade. But such horrendous imbalances have devastated our industrial base and put our national security at risk. I don't blame these other countries at all for this calamity. I blame former presidents and past leaders who weren't doing their job. They let it happen, and they let it happen to an extent that nobody can even believe. That's why, effective at midnight, we will impose a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles. Thank you. Brian, I'd like to have you come up here for a second, okay? I just see him sitting. He's been a fan of ours, and he understands this business a lot better than the economists, a lot better than anybody. Brian, say a few words, please, would you? Thank you. It's a great honor to have you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President. I grew up just north of Detroit, Michigan, in Macomb County, known as the home of the Reagan Democrats. My first vote for president was for Ronald Reagan. I thought that was going to be the best president I ever saw in my lifetime until Donald J. Trump came along.
Wow.
I have watched my entire life. I have watched plant after plant after plant in Detroit and in the Metro Detroit area close. There are now plants sitting idle. There are now plants that are underutilized, and Donald Trump's policies are going to bring product back into those underutilized plants. There's going to be new investment. There's going to be new plants built, and the UAW members, and I brought 20 of them with me. They're sitting right over here. We support Donald Trump's policies on tariffs 100%. So, Mr. President, we can't thank you enough. And in 6 months or a year, we're going to begin to see the benefits. I can't wait to see what's happening 3 or 4 years down the road. Thank you, Mr. President.
What a great guy. He got it right from the beginning. He got it before almost anybody else. This group over there, they got it too. And, you know, we won the state of Michigan. We won almost all of them. But we won Michigan by a lot, and I want to just thank you all. The auto workers were fantastic.
Nah, bro.
The Teamsters were fantastic.
I done something very silly, G.
Everyone was pretty good. I will tell you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're going to be very happy very soon. And you probably see what's happening.
I opened at
with all of
0.02. It went up. I was up 20
companies in particular. See it with all of the ones they're moving. They're announcing day in, day out. You're seeing it. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. With today's actions, we're also standing up for our great farmers and ranchers who are brutalized by nations all over the world. Brutalized. Canada, by the way, imposes a 250 to 300% tariff on many of our dairy products. They do the first can of milk. They do the first little carton of milk at a very low price, but after that it gets bad, and then it gets up to 275, 300%. So when they're figuring what's Canada charging, they say, oh, about 2%, 3%. But take a look at what happens down the road. When you look a little bit, it's not a pretty picture, and we don't like it, and it's not fair. It's not fair to our farmers. It's not fair to our country.
One sec.
And with countries like Canada, you know, we subsidize a lot of countries and keep them going and keep them in business. In the case of Mexico, it's $300 billion a year. In the case of Canada, it's close to $200 billion a year. And I say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I mean, at what point do we say, you got to work for yourselves, and you got to, this is why we have the big deficits. This is why we have that amount of debt that's been placed on our heads over the last number of years. And We're really not taking it anymore. Through non-tariff barriers, the European Union bans imports of most American poultry. You understand? They say, we want to send you our cars, we want to send you everything, but we're not going to take anything that you have. Australia bans, and they're wonderful people and wonderful everything, but they ban American beef, yet we imported $3 billion of Australian beef from them just
Bro, the
last
market.
year alone. They
hold
won't
on.
take any
Guys,
of our beef. They don't want it.
look at
because
what
they don't want it
happened.
to affect
Oh
their
my
farmers.
God.
And you know what? I don't
Stopped
blame them.
out
But
like
we're
a
doing
bitch.
the same thing right now,
Fucking
starting
hell.
about midnight tonight, I would say.
Bro, this midnight tonight thing is crazy.
And China charges American rice farmers an overquota, it's called, a tariff rate of 65%. South Korea charges 50. Actually, they charge different from 50% to 513%. And Japan, our friend, charges us 700%. But that's because they don't want us selling rice and other thing. Who can blame them, Madam Secretary? Agriculture, great job you did on eggs, by the way. The egg prices came down 50%. You got them down 50%. Once we got involved, they were going through the sky. The egg prices, they were going through the sky. And you did a fantastic job. Now we have lots of eggs, and they're much cheaper, down about 59% now, and they're going down further. We charge 2.8% for so many things that other countries are charging 200%, 300%, and 400% for. If imposing tariffs and protective barriers made nations poor, then every country on earth would be racing to eliminate these policies, and China would be the first online.
I'm really pissed off, bro.
Fuck you. But they're not first in line, and the American people are paying a very big price. From 1789
All right,
to
so I just put the last buys
1913,
on the break.
we
We'll
were
see
a
what happens.
tariff-backed nation, and the United States was proportionately
I'll
the
probably get
wealthiest
stopped out, but
it has ever been. So wealthy, in fact, that in the
stopped out.
1880s, they established a commission to decide what they were going to do with the vast sums of money they were collecting. We were collecting so much money so fast, we didn't know what to do with it. Isn't that a nice problem to have? What do you think, Marco? Good problem? Marco would love that problem. But we don't have that problem anymore, but we're not going to have it very much longer, I will tell you. But they collected so much money, they actually formed a commission to determine what they were going to do with the money, who they were going to give it to, and how much. Then in 1913, for reasons unknown to mankind, they established the income tax so that citizens, rather than foreign countries, would start paying the money necessary to end with the Great Depression. And it would have never happened if they had stayed with bring back tariffs to save our country, but it was gone. It was gone.
Yeah,
it was
that's
too late.
it, guys.
Nothing could have
Done.
been done. Took years and years to get out of that depression, far longer than even FDR had that
That's
office
mad.
right over there for a long period of time. The ramp system, that's rather intricate, was built because of him, and every time you think of him, and he did a great job in many ways, but it lasted long beyond his terms, as you know. But it's not too late any longer, and we're going to start being smart, and we're going to start being very wealthy again. We're going to be wealthy as a country because they've taken so much of our wealth away from us. We're not going to let that happen. We truly can be very wealthy. We can be so much wealthier than any country. It's not even believable, but we're getting smart. Nearly a century later, in the face of unrelenting economic warfare, the United States can no longer continue with a policy of unilateral
So the tariffs are going to go live at
economic
midnight.
surrender. We cannot pay the deficits of Canada, Mexico, and so many other countries. We used to do it. We can't do it anymore. We take care of countries all over the world. We pay for their military. We pay for everything they have to pay. And then when you want to cut back a little bit, they get upset that you're not taking care of them any longer. But we have to take care of our people, and we're going to take care of our people first. And I'm sorry to say that. And today we're standing up for the American worker, and we are finally putting America first.
Yeah. Let's
In
go.
Sleepy Joe Biden's last year in office, the United States hemorrhaged 100,000 manufacturing jobs, and the number was going through the roof at levels never seen before. And our trade deficit reached a record $1.2 trillion, which is unheard of. since the beginning of NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made. It was a horror show. I was able to determine it. They all said you'd never be able
What's
to get
going
it
on,
out.
chat?
We had to get approval from Congress to get it terminated. We had to live with that deal. It was the worst deal, worst trade deal ever made by far.
I'm currently on
But
a
since
short
the very
on
beginning of
Nasdaq and
NAFTA, our
buying on
country lost
Bordino.
90,000 factories. Think of what that is, 90,000. Think about putting a map up and putting text on it. You wouldn't have enough room. 90,000. I said, is
Let's
that
go.
possible? We had it checked 4 different times, and it was actually
No, bro,
somewhat
you're in
higher
shorts
than
on
that.
Nasdaq.
And 5 million manufacturing
Yeah, bro.
jobs were lost while racking up
Fucking hell.
trade deficits of 19
Me, I want to buy gold,
trillion
bro, but I'm waiting for the
dollars.
30
That
minutes
was
to
the
close
worst
bullish.
trade deal ever made. As a result of these gigantic losses, foreign nations now own $26 trillion more of American assets than think of this, than the Americans own of their own foreign assets or other foreign assets. The United States can no longer produce enough antibiotics to treat our sick. We have a tremendous problem. We have to go to foreign countries to treat our sick. If anything ever happened from a war standpoint, we wouldn't be able to do it. We import virtually all
That
of
is
our computers,
wild.
phones, televisions, and electronics.
Wild.
We used to dominate the field, and now we import it all from different countries. A single shipyard in China now produces more ships every year than all of the American shipyards combined. Think of that. And it was a business that we used to dominate. We used to dominate it totally. In short, chronic trade deficits are no longer merely an economic problem. They're a national emergency that threatens our security and our very way of life. It's a very great threat to our country. And for these reasons, starting tomorrow, the United States will implement reciprocal tariffs on other nations. It's been a long time since we even thought of that.
I opened it
We used to think about it a lot. We had to
109
think
here
about it
before.
many
I put the
decades,
stop
and
loss
you
at
see
the
what's
key and I
happened.
go stop down.
For nations that treat us
Yeah,
badly,
yeah,
we
yeah.
will
Lorenzo's
calculate the
killing me,
combined
guys. Oh,
rate
shit.
of all their tariffs, non-monetary barriers, and other forms of cheating. And because we are being very kind, we're kind people, very kind.
Very kind, yeah.
You're not so kind when you got ripped off with your salaries.
Let's go,
My
let's
auto
go.
worker friends
Let's
and my
go.
Teamster
Let's
friends
go.
and all of the unions that typically voted Democrat, they're not voting
Hey,
Democrat
hold on,
anymore.
hold on,
Because
hold on.
worker, whether union or non-worker.
How much did you risk, G?
50% of the account, bro, in this.
Fucking hell.
I have 0.04 on gold and 0.1 on Nasdaq.
Fair
But
enough.
I have 2 positions on gold. Okay,
They're for the
0.02
Republicans now.
and
That's what
0.02.
happened.
One
But we will
open at
charge them
21, one at
approximately half of
19.
what they are and
Okay.
have been
I'm waiting for the
charging
30
us.
minutes
So
to close, bro.
the
and then we'll
tariffs
see what's
will
gonna happen.
be not a full reciprocal. I could have done that. Yes. but it would have
Nasdaq,
been
bro, is
tough for a
dropping
lot
like
of countries
crazy.
to do.
Yeah, I
I'd
can
like to
see
see
it,
the
G.
chart if you have it.
Eee.
You bring it up, Howard. This is our great Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Thanks, Howard. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charge anybody anything. But now we're going to charge European Union. They're very tough, very, very tough.
Yo, it's fucking driving.
You know, you
Oh
think
my
of
God.
European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%. So we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great
look,
people.
They discount.
They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, where they took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. We used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it. Now we have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in. We're going to end up with almost 40%. Lee Zeldin's working to get their approvals. And it's an amazing company. Mr. Wei, of one of the great companies of the world, actually. They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the biggest plants in the world, maybe the biggest for that. But 64%, we're going to charge them 32%. Japan, very, very tough. Great people. And again, I don't blame the people for doing it. I think they're very smart in doing it. I blame the people that sat right in that Oval Office right over there.
But did you close the positions or not?
Desk or whichever desk
No,
they
bro.
chose.
Fucking.
Japan, 46%. They would charge us 46%, and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%, we're charging them 24%. India, very, very tough, very, very tough. The prime minister just left, and he's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years and decades, and it was only 7 years ago when I came in, we started with China and charged them. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China in tariffs. And they understood, honestly. President Xi understood. He said, look, I understand. And the other countries, and they all understand, we're going to have to go through a little tough love.
Bro, me, I'm done, bro.
But they all understand. They're ripping us off, and they understood it.
I done.
Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo. He was a fantastic man. He was unfortunately taken from us, assassination. But I went to him and I said, Shinzo,
hey, bro, you need to close the positions. You're going crazy.
Fair. He said, I know that.
Bro,
I know that.
Why?
And he was a great gentleman.
No, I mean,
he was
the Nasdaq,
a fantastic
man.
But he understood immediately what I was talking about. I said, Shinzo, we have to do something. He said, I know that.
Close it, bro.
And we worked out the deal, and it would have been a much better deal. But frankly, there were many years
More
left of
than
the
that,
deal that
bro.
was made previous to my getting there.
triple
But it was something. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia.
Wow,
Look at Cambodia, 97%.
He's
We're going to bring it down
saying
to
this
49.
thing,
They
bro.
made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%. And we'll go 10%.
Okay.
So we'll do the same thing. South Africa, 60%, 30%. And they've got some bad things going on in South Africa. We're paying them billions of dollars, and we cut the funding because a lot of bad things are happening in South Africa. The fake news ought to be looking at it. They don't want to report it. Brazil, 10%, 10%. Bangladesh is 74%. So you see what's going on. Pakistan, 58%. Sri Lanka, 88%. So what we're doing is we're taking not the full. We could take the full 88%. Thanks a lot, Art. He's doing a very good job. How's he doing? All right. I think you better take it with you. It's not going to last very long. He's going to put it. It's going to follow you down with the wind.
Bro, the market's going to open
just
with
in
a mad
case it
gap,
got too
man.
windy. But here, would anybody like a hat? I'm not giving it to a cabinet. I'm giving it to the auto workers. Come on. Thank you, fellas. Get it. That's it. That's it. They deserve it more than our cabinet. Our cabinet has plenty of hats. But you see the numbers. The numbers are so disproportionate. They're so unfair. At the same time, we will establish a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart. And that'll be on other countries to help rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating. So we're going to have a minimum of cheating, and we're going to be very severe on the people that at the gate that watch the tariffs and watch the product coming in, because there's been a lot of bad things happening at the gate because the money is so enormous that you're talking about. There's never been probably anything like it in terms of the enormity. And there's a lot of bad things happening. The people that do the check-in, and they're looking at 10-year jail sentences if they do play. We're going to treat them so good, but if they cheat, the repercussions are going to be extremely strong. Foreign nations will finally be asked to pay for the privilege of access to our market, the biggest market in the world. We're right now the biggest market in the world. We had a great country 4 years ago in
Why are
terms
you
of
laughing
the
at me?
economics. We were doubling up on
I'll tell
China.
you
We were
after, I'll
doing
tell you
so
after.
well. Nobody was going to catch us, but so much of it slipped away over the last 4 years under Biden. I campaigned on this policy throughout
No,
last
not
year,
the
and today that
no.
promise was made, and it was also a promise, as you know, that was kept. Promises made, promises kept. To any company that objects to our common sense reciprocal tariffs, again, reciprocal, back and forth, back and forth. And I call this kind reciprocal. This is not full reciprocal. This is kind reciprocal. But what we do is we cut it in half. We charge them. My answer is very simple. If they complain, if you want your tariff rate to be zero, then you build your product right here in America, because there is no tariff if you build your plant, your product in America. And we've seen companies coming in like we've never seen before. Likewise to all of the foreign presidents, prime ministers, kings, queens, ambassadors,
Okay,
and
close one
everyone else
position.
will soon be calling to ask for exemptions from these tariffs. I say, terminate your own tariffs, drop your barriers, don't manipulate your currencies. They manipulate their currencies like nobody can even believe, which is a bad, bad thing and very devastating to
He's
us.
talking about Japan.
And start buying tens of billions of dollars of American goods. Tariffs give our country protection against those that would do us economic harm. And many people were looking to do us economic harm. Maybe not so obviously, but they were doing tremendous economic harm. But even more importantly, they will give us growth. These tariffs are going to give us growth like you haven't seen before. And it'll be something very special to watch. I am so looking forward. And Brian, it's going to happen even faster than you said. You know, you might say, but it's already started.
Shit, G, I made 800,000 on my demo
Work's
account,
already begun in plants all around the country. And you see that
Fucking hell.
before. These are big, rich companies.
What about on the
$61
challenge?
million started.
You don't want to know, G.
On a big plant going up.
Did
It's
you
going
go
to be
out?
announced over the next 2 days. And
Bro,
they've
you don't wanna
already
know,
started
G.
work. Many of these biggest,
No,
biggest
I
companies in
want
the
to know,
world,
bro.
No.
they've committed
Let's
to
finish
build,
this. Let's finish this.
build. We're going to build, sir. And they came here to see me, and they wanted to know if they could have a press conference. I do as many as I can. I'm pretty busy trying to stop Russia and Ukraine and the Middle East. We got to stop that. We got to stop the Houthis, which we're making tremendous. They like shooting ships down and out of the water, sinking ships. They get a kick out of it, but they're not getting such a kick out of it now, are they, Mr. Secretary? They're not getting such a kick out of that now. But here are just a short list of some of the companies that have already announced and committed to investment. And this is a company that built its factories and its plants in China. Apple is going to spend $500 billion. They never spent money like that here. They're going to build their plants here. SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle, great companies, are investing $500 billion almost immediately. NVIDIA, a hot company, is investing hundreds of billions of dollars. They just announced. TSMC, the biggest,
you know,
most
America's
important
gonna be
company
thriving,
in the world
bro.
of chips from
Next,
Taiwan, with no investment from us, is
Let's see.
investing
I don't know, bro.
$200 billion.
Probably.
And they said the reason was, number one, the
No, not
election of
probably, most
November 5th,
likely.
and number two, the tariffs. They don't want to pay the tariffs, and the way they're not paying it is to build their plant here. So we're going to go from almost no percentage. We used to have 100% of the chip market. Now it's all in Taiwan. Almost all of it's in Taiwan, a couple of other countries, but mostly in Taiwan. And think of it, we had 100%. We lost it because of people in that office that didn't do their job. They allowed it to be stolen from us. Johnson & Johnson, great company, $55 billion. Eli Lilly, $27 billion. Meta is investing $500 billion. Wow. The Mac is investing $20 billion. CMA, CGM, $20 billion. And then you have Merck and Clarios, Stellantis, General Motors, GE Aerospace, Honda, Nissan, Hyundai are all putting in billions and billions of dollars, and they're committed 100%. So. And we've never had, and this is after 2.5 months. This is after just a short, this all took place as soon as we came out with what everybody wanted to do. I watched a gentleman today on television, used to work with Lee Iacocca, a very respected automobile person, and he said, because they're asking people, and they try and get as many negative people as they can, but they can't find them too much. It's pretty hard to find in terms of what we're doing, especially when they see all this investment. They said, so tell me, what do you think of what Trump is doing from the automobile standpoint? He said, I can't believe it. Somebody is finally, he's an older guy, real pro, really top guy with Lee Iacocca. He said, I never thought I'd see the day when this would happen, where somebody had the courage to go and do what has to be done. This is transforming our nation. Our entire nation is going to be transformed, not only with the cars, but on every single other item that's built. We're going to become an industrial powerhouse. And he said that so beautifully today. In fact, I'm going to find out, I'm going to get a tape. And Bruce, I'm going to get that tape and I'm going to send it to you out in Long Island, and you're going to play it for the people. And all your union workers and your non-union workers out there, you got a pretty even split. But we have, so far, it looks like we're going to have about $6 trillion of investments. And you wouldn't do that in years.
$6 trillion
in this country over the last number of years. $6 trillion. And that's going to be much higher by the end of the year. And think of what $6 trillion is. You wouldn't have even a small percentage of that under this other system. We're going to be an entirely different country, and it's going to be fantastic.
Bro,
for the
Nasdaq is at
workers. It's going to be
18,000.
fantastic for everyone. There will never have been a transformation of a country like the transformation that's already happening in the United States of America.
I close
It's
it,
an incredible
bro.
thing to watch.
I could have
and it's
made 250
incredible
points
to meet
more,
with
bro.
the top
Fuck you.
people that you read about, very wealthy
Basta, take it
people,
easy,
or
bro.
people
Relax,
that are great
man.
managers.
Look at me, bro.
You know,
I'm chilling, bro.
And presidents.
You know,
of big
I
public
got
companies.
600 points,
And
bro.
to
on
watch
Nasdaq.
the enthusiasm they have now that they didn't have, they gave up on our country. They went to foreign
How much did you
countries
risk
and
on
they built
Nasdaq?
companies are
0.1
pouring
G.
into
Ah,
our
yeah,
country
okay,
at
good,
levels
bro.
never seen
Very
before,
good.
with jobs and money to follow.
And then,
it's,
what do you call it?
really beautiful.
Gold?
In the coming days, there will be complaints from the globalists and
On
the
gold, you're
outsourcers and
still in a
special interests
position.
and the fake news. Always fake
Where,
news.
where,
will
are
always
you, where,
complain.
where's the buy?
But never forget, every prediction our opponents made
19.
about trade for the last 30 years
Hold
has
it, bro.
been
Hold
proven
it. Hold
totally
it.
wrong.
Don't put it at
Yeah.
They
break
were
even.
wrong about NAFTA. They
I
were wrong
closed another
about China.
position on gold.
They were wrong
Open at
about the
21.79.
partnership, which would
No,
have been a disaster if I
21.58.
didn't terminate it.
Yeah,
If I
it
didn't
goes with the
Oh, shit.
terminate
20
Nasdaq
that,
is dying, G. Nasdaq is
United
dying.
Auto Workers, you would have had no
close it,
jobs
bro.
in this country.
I
Bro,
knew
You
it
would
stop
have
was
had
thinking,
low.
no
stop thinking in a greedy
jobs.
way,
It
G.
was all going to other
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
In my first term, they
Because
said
G, how
tariffs
would you feel
crash
if
the
what do you call
economy.
it?
Instead, we
It
built
went,
the
you
greatest
held it, and
economy
then
in the
it
history
all
of
the way
the
back
world.
up,
And
bro.
again,
You wouldn't feel
I have
nice.
great respect for President Xi of China.
But I
great
knew
respect
it
for
was
China.
going down, G.
They were taking
And it will keep
tremendous
going down for
advantage
sure. It
of
will
them,
go
of
to
us. And I
17,000, bro.
commend them for that.
I
say,
sold
hey,
sold
if you
it
can
at
get
the
away
top.
with it, that's
So
okay.
that one,
But,
we won't
they
stay again
understand exactly
for
what's
a long
happening, and they
time.
probably, most of them are
That's the
saying it's
thing.
about
I could
time
have
they did
held it
something. But
for.
and they're going to fight. They're going to fight for everyone's going to fight.
I
It's like,
didn't think clearly.
I say to the leaders, look, you got to take care
You
of
was
your
getting lost.
country.
You
We
was
have to
getting
start
lost in the
taking care of
adrenaline,
our
yeah.
country now. We can't do what we've been doing
I
for the
got
last
lost in
50
the money,
years.
bro.
From the
Like
day
watching the
of
screen.
my
Like,
election, the stock market went up in my
but
first term,
what
88%.
is
With
what I told
NASDAQ
you,
going up
like we need to way too short
155%, more than
Nasdaq,
any
bro. And I
president
think
has
it's on the
ever
live. It
had
goes
in
up
any term
at
in
100,
office, by far.
150 points. There was the
And I
measured
think we're
trend
going to blow
line
that
was
away.
at
And
19,800.
maybe the numbers won't
Actually,
show, but I think they're going to show
830.
much better than even those numbers. But what you're going to see is you're going to see activity, that empty, dead sites, factories that are falling down. Those factories will be
300
knocked down,
points,
and
bro.
they're
I
going
could
to have
have made
brand new
1,000
factories built in their
points in
place. They're not only talking about renovating, they're talking
half
about
an hour.
brand new, the best anywhere in the world.
This
the
guy is
biggest
so
anywhere
fucking
in the
greedy,
world.
bro.
I have a friend who builds car plants, and I said, I want to see
You
the
really
biggest
went
and the
the other
best. He
obsessed
said,
with
well, we
you.
have to go to Mexico. I said, no, I want to see it in the United States. He said, we're not building them in there. This is a year and a half ago during the campaign. He said, we're not building it. You'd have to go to Mexico. When I was starting to decide to run, and I went to number one in the polls very rapidly, I want to
Okay,
say,
now you see the euro dollar is now
let's
it's
say in the
dropping.
first
It
hour,
didn't make sense if you
and then shortly thereafter, it looked like I was going to win, and the fake news was saying, oh, no, don't do this. What they don't
Didn't
know
make
is if I
sense.
didn't win, they would have really been in trouble, because nobody wants to read them anyway. But I tell you what, when
Even
when it looked like I was going to win,
went down,
I
grabbed
announced that
liquidity,
I
and
was going to be doing
pushed up.
exactly what we're talking about today. Great consistency, actually,
Makes
because I've been
sense.
talking about it for 40
He's
years.
just going down.
But because I saw what was happening 40 years ago. If you look at my old
Wow,
speeches when I
GJ,
was
no way, bro. I
young,
wanted to show
very
it as
handsome,
well.
my old speeches,
Too
and then
late,
people would say I'd be on a television show. I'd be
What?
talking about how we were being ripped off by
Oh,
these countries. I mean, nothing
bro.
changes very much. The only thing that changed were the countries, but nothing really changes. But it's why it's such an honor.
Euro
It's such an
CHF.
honor to be finally able to do this.
Wow.
If you look at China, I took in hundreds of billions of dollars in my term, hundreds of billions. They never paid 10 cents to any other president, and yet they paid hundreds of billions, so much so that Biden couldn't do anything. They wanted to try and terminate it because he had a very special relationship with China. You know what the relationship was? He had a special relationship. But the numbers were so big. The numbers were so big that they couldn't do it. So they did ease it up. They did things that they shouldn't have done. They made it a lot more comfortable for them, but they couldn't do it because the numbers were hundreds of billions of dollars. And I did that. And we were on our way to doing something like incredible. And then we had a very bad election happen, a very bad election. A lot of bad things happened. So when I said we got to do it again, I said we have to make it too big to rig, and we made
Yeah,
it too
me,
big to
I'm
rig, and we won in
fucking
records, and it was
done,
a
bro. Oh my
monumental
God.
win. And it was such an honor to see so many of you, like Brian and your friends, here with us to
But I think the
celebrate
sentiment is
and to
done
more
then,
importantly celebrate what
because
we're
the
doing,
market's
because
gonna
that
close,
wouldn't be a
bro.
full celebration if we didn't do this, because this will be an entirely different country in a short period of time. It'll be something the whole world will be talking about it. The critics made the very tired predictions earlier this year, but in February, core inflation dropped to the lowest rate in 4 years. And the price of eggs, as you know, just in a month and a half, we were there for 4 weeks. And the first week I got blamed for eggs. I said, I just got here. They said eggs have gone up at like 250% and you can't get eggs. And they were going crazy. And I said, I just got here. And then we got to work on eggs, and we got to work on everything. And our great Secretary of Agriculture, you did a fantastic job, Brooke Rollins. She did a fantastic job. And as I said before, the price of eggs dropped now 59%, and they're going down more, and the availability is fantastic. They were saying that for Easter, please don't use eggs. Could you use plastic eggs? I said, we don't want to do that. We want to, and you really came through. It's an amazing job. Thank you very much, Brooke. You did great. But likewise, an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it in the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof, and I campaigned on that. I talked about the word groceries for a lot. And energy costs now are down. Groceries are down. Gasoline is way under $3, and people are beginning to be able to buy things and live again. We brought prices way down. We created 10,000 already in a few weeks, new manufacturing jobs. And it was that took place in 1 month, numbers that they haven't seen in a long time. We had virtually no inflation under my term. We had virtually no inflation for 4 years. But after transitioning over to Sleepy Joe, it went from almost non-existent to the highest in the history of our country. They had the highest inflation in the history of our country, brought up by energy and bad spending and bad policy, and a lot of bad things happened. How about allowing millions and millions and millions of people to pour into our country with open borders, where it's so sad to see even now. And I see our great secretary you have done. Stand up, please, Christy. Stand up. Christy Nome. And Tom Holman. These people are doing a great job, but gotten them out in records. We have problems with judges that don't want them to go out. They want Tren de Aragua, and they want MS-13, the most vicious gangs ever. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Absolute killer gangs. They kill people. They don't even think about it. And we put them out, and we have judges now, radical left judges that they don't want them to go out. They want them to even be brought back. Let's bring them back. You've done a fantastic job, and please thank everybody. Homeland Security. Thank everybody. Appreciate it. And we now have a border that's the best border that we've ever had, even better than it was my first term. My first term we did good, but this one we really specialized in. We've done really well. And we had records then. We had the best, safest border 4 years ago. We had the best border there ever was. And now we have, you've actually matched it and done even better. And we're going to get it down the right way. And we want people, by the way, to come into our country, but we want to come in through a legal process. We want them to come in legally. We need more people. We need people to run these plants and to help the auto workers and the Teamsters and the non-union people and everybody else. But we need people and the farmers. And we're going to let people come in, but they want to come in. We want them to come in legally. They have to have the capability of loving our country, not people that hate our country. We don't want them in our country. And now we're going to pass the largest tax cuts in American history, and that's where we're relying on Mike and John Thune. And we will not cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid benefits, and the Democrats will, because if they got in, the entire economy would collapse. This country is heading for a collapse under the people that you saw. They were horrible. I think one of the reasons people like the job, I have my highest approval ratings because I think they're comparing me to the worst administration in the history of our country. So I appreciate that at least. But Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and Senate Majority Leader, appreciate it, Mike. John Thune have been fantastic, by the way. But they've been working tirelessly on taking the next step to pass the plan for our one big, beautiful bill. I like to name it that if you can. One big, I made that statement about 6 months ago, and everybody calls it one big, beautiful bill. And it will be that. It'll have everything, the big tax cuts and every incentive there is. And it'll be fantastic. And by the way, for the cars, we're asking for an interest deduction on a loan. So if you build the car, only in America we do it, Brian. If the car's not built in America, you don't get the interest rate deduction. But if you build the car in America, if you buy a car, if it's built in America, then you get an interest rate
that's it, my G.
deduction, tax deduction. And
Bro, I'm looking at USD South African rand.
You
heard about what he said about
We've
South
never had
Africa.
anything like that.
No.
You know how much it's up, bro?
Because it's so basic. You would think that would have happened a long time
2.66%.
ago. It never did, and I'm very happy it didn't
Damn.
because now I can say that was my idea. But we're going to get us closer to the debt extension. We have to get the debt extension passed, and I know you're going to be able to do that, Mike, and it's very important that you do that. And all of the other things that the Senate budget plan gives us, along with working, because I know they're working together, John and Mike, and the two bills are going very well together. We need to get our shared priorities done, including certain permanent tax cuts. We want the tax cuts to be permanent, spending cuts, energy and historic investments in defense, border, and so much more. We're covering everything. These will be phenomenal. There'll be no bill like this going to straighten. One bill is going to straighten out our country for many, many years to come. And we said, let's just do it and let's get it done. And some guys will love it and some guys will like it a little bit less because they're not getting what they were exactly looking for, but they're getting a lot. They'll never, if we get this done, it'll be the most incredible bill ever passed in the history of our Congress and Senate and congressmen, the senators and the congressmen, many of whom are here today, will be very proud of themselves. I really believe that it's going to set us on a whole new prosperous path. We're going to cut spending and right size the budget back to where it should be. We're going to do that very strongly. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, John. Thank you. Oh, look at all of our senators over there. Oh, boy. That's a nice group of people. But I won't like them so much if they don't get this bill done. That's a great group. And Congressman, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Tremendous people. The Senate plan is my complete and total support. And the House plan likewise is very similar. They're moving along pretty much at the same clip. And as soon as you're ready, you'll show it to me. And I'm sure it'll have my support, Mike. Every Republican congressman and senator must unify. We have to unify. We can't be separated. We have to get it done. We have to get absolutely everything we can. And we have to take care of the American people. That's the only thing that matters. We have to take care of the American people first. We need to pass this bill immediately, get it done, including debt extension. Cannot have the future that they deserve. We're going to produce the cars and here in America, the pharmaceutical companies are going to become roaring back. They're coming roaring back. They're all coming back to our country because if they don't, they got a big tax to pay. And if they do, I'll be very happy. And you're going to be very happy and you're going to be very safe. We're going to build our future with American hands, with American heart, American steel, and we're going to build it with American pride like we used to. We're approaching our 100th day as president and have been given credit by a lot of people, actually, even some of the fake news. Can you believe it? Which in this case, hopefully isn't fake, for having done more in that time than any other administration in the history of our country in the first 100 days. I think we've had an amazing in terms of what we've done, what we've gotten accomplished. I'd like to see if we can get that war ended and another war from not starting in the Middle East. We have to get Russia. They're losing 2,000 on average, 2,500.
Now he's talking about the war,
people
bro.
today, young people, soldiers, Russian. Think of that, 2,500 through some days, but on average, probably over about a 1 week period, it's 2,712. They say they're losing those soldiers. They're dying. They're being decimated, and they're not from our country, but they're from other countries. But they're human beings. They're from Russia. They're from Ukraine in this period, most of them. And we're going to get it stopped. It's a senseless war that would have never happened if I was president, and it shouldn't be allowed to go on. And I think we're being given good cooperation by Russia and by Ukraine, but we have to get it stopped. It's humanity. It's humanity. It's a terrible thing. This will be a very big moment. I think you're going to remember today. It's going to be a free nation that we're dealing with. We're going to have a very free and beautiful nation. It's going to be Liberation Day in America, and it's going to be a day that hopefully you're going to look back in years to come and you're going to say, you know, he was right. This has turned out to be one of the most important days in the history of our country. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you, everybody. Thank
you, Donald Trump. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bro. Well, Lorenzo.
Yes.
It's over.
G?
It's over, G. The meeting is over. The countries are screwed.
Yeah.
The countries are screwed. It is over. It is over, my G. How do you feel? How is your How was your session, my G? How was your Donald Trump speech session?
Marvelous, bro. Marvelous, but yeah, I mean, I entered the USD card long, but it keeps dropping, and I don't know if it's just liquidity grab. It doesn't make sense that it's going down. So let's see.
Oh my god. Fuck, you know. Let's see. So CAD is going up.
It's kind of recovering now, but hopefully it just grab all the liquidity.
I might buy USD JPY, you know.
Oh, yeah, I think also I see some.
Oh, Euro CAD. Oh, all of my markets are coming back to my entry. Oh my god, amazing.
USD JPY, yeah, it doesn't make sense that they are going down.
GBP AUD, AUD USD. Oof, disgusting.
It doesn't make sense. Okay, market close.
Not yet. One more minute. All right. Well, that was an interesting session. I'm gonna keep this
Fuck yeah.
private.
Yeah, because I could. You're
But
gonna
yeah,
keep it
do
private.
you wanna have any last words for the video for us to remember when, and we can watch this for fun in your house when we meet up?
It has been great. I don't know, like it was I don't know, a while that I didn't see so much volatility. So and I don't know, I love it, you know. So it's very dangerous, but yeah, trading the news, it can be very both way. Either you can lose lots of money or you can make lots of money, so very quickly. And that's it. So this time it went really well for me. Yeah, I don't know, bro, like thinking about the geopolitical situation, it's really bad.
It is fucked, bro. It is fucked. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but it is fucked.
I couldn't even focus, bro, actually, on what he said about Europe. I just heard the numbers and numbers and numbers. And I didn't catch the. I was focused on the trades, bro. Like,
yo,
we need to have a replay, bro, of the. Yeah.
Oh my god, yo.
Oh no, you know what? Oh. I can't change the stop loss now.
No, why?
Can I?
No, you can't, unfortunately. What happened?
Okay, yeah, I can.
Oh wait,
no, the thing is, if it opens now, okay, when it opens, I'm scared with the swap, with the the spread, it will trigger the stop loss. G.
Oh, okay, yeah, hear that.
But
bro, I just want to say, like, for me, in terms of how I interpreted the market, I didn't anticipate it to be that volatile, G. I didn't anticipate it to be that volatile, and I think that, yeah, it's definitely, there was definitely an adrenaline rush. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, yeah, for
There
sure,
was
bro.
that was definitely an adrenaline rush. That, yeah, I think what you said is right. If you trade during moments like this, yeah, it's like, I can't lie, man. I think for most people, like, it's unbearable, G. Like, people will fuck up, you know. And I think if you don't have the original, if you don't have the whole long-term market bias in your mind, yeah, and you're just thinking about I don't know, for example, the 1 minute time frame or the 5 minute time frame, you're gonna be screwed. Like,
yeah, no, you don't have to watch it there. You have to you must have an idea of what it will change, you know, like what it will move the market, like in what way, what they are gonna say it will move the market. And as you saw, like even on gold, we was looking at gold, and this one, it was definitely liquidity grab, because now in the Asian session gold will fly. I'm pretty sure it will fly. And
yeah, Asian session, yeah,
it will fly for sure, bro. The way this candle closed, the 4 hour, bro, it cleared all the previous candle, bro, like all the day. It got all the liquidity. And bam, it's up, bro. Like, look at what small body. Now it's gonna fly, or maybe it's gonna pull back before to get the Asian to get their entry to then push up. So we just, I mean, I thought, like, I waited 109, bro. I opened it, the first long at 109, but I thought it was done, you know, like he wouldn't go down further. So he pushed up. I said the stop loss, I was already up, I don't remember, bro, like, but I was up like 20 euro, 20 pounds. It went down again. It triggered my stop loss. And then I managed to enter in other buys on at the one I closed. It was 21.50, and this one that I'm still open. I'm still it's 19.17. And Nasdaq G, we knew tariffs will affect the stock market.
100%. 100%.
So I waited 8:30, like bam at the top, bro. Sold at the top.
You made 600 pips.
It's not about being greedy, bro. I'm just upset on myself because I didn't think, like, I wasn't thinking like in how do you say, like, I wasn't thinking smart. I was thinking about the money. And yeah, can pull back a bit, but I won't pull back there, bro. That one, it was the short, like, to leave, and I don't know.
Set and forget.
Yeah. At this point, yes, I think. But still, I mean, the thing is, if I open at 0.02, it would have been much better instead of opening 2 positions on gold, or maybe 2 and 2 I should have done, so I could have take profits and to leave one to the hand. Next time, G. Next time, we need to be prepared for it. Situations.
Yeah, and lastly, man. Yeah, so, I don't even have any more words, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think my brain is fried, fam. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna leave it here. Lorenzo, if you want to come and say back, look at this guy, he's gone straight to the alcohol. What a fucking guy.
It's more, bro, before the tariffs, you know, we need to make
before Donald Trump makes the Europeans broke, yeah.
We need to cheers.
What did you call it? Yes, cheers, G. So, okay, we're gonna end it here. Thank you for watching, and it was quite an experience. And
definitely,
yeah, we'll leave it from there, and catch up with you guys. Oh, tomorrow the video's dropping, so that's gonna be quite fun. But yeah, anyways, catch you guys later.
Bye.